Hi, I'm Alan. I'm the lead singer of Butterflies and Strings.
I have a face that looks so young, but I've started to feel old. And when I look into the distance,
It was originally just a project because I'd just finished being in a band, and Tubbs had just got a Mac, and we'd always talked about starting a band, and it was, you know, it seemed like it. You know, we had loads and loads of ideas all through college because we'd known each other a couple of years before, really, and so we just kind of finally happened after about a year as well. You know, we went to see a band called Minus the Bear together, and then afterwards we came back and we just started messing about with keyboards until like 4 in the morning, just particularly inspired by that gig.
what about it was Tubbs, like, what's out the pages on power, the book is better.
Yeah. Okay.
And then the last one.
Just so the E is on the beat.
Pages on power.
Alright, let's do it
Where
again.
are the pages on power?
Oh, okay, yeah,
Where are the pages on power? The book is better off.
Let's give that a go.
That's going to sound rad.
Try and keep anything simple, can we?
You know, because it was funny because the initial idea of me not wanting to be in a band ended up making, you know, people kept saying to us, oh yeah, you should get a drummer. We're like, nah, we don't need a drummer, we've got a laptop, we're alright. And then eventually we decided that, yeah, people were kind of right about that. We needed a drummer, so I went to university with Hugh and with Steve as well, and it ended up just well, Steve actually eventually was coming along to all our gigs when we had our previous bassist, and he ended up just kind of, that bassist kind of parted ways with us, and then we ended up getting him in, and it worked really well.
Alright, hi, I'm Patrick and I'm the guitarist in Butterflies on Strings. That'll go for a while. In a band, you've kind of got two main jobs, well, three if you include the writing of music, but it's the performing and the recording. And as a band, we do a lot of performing, and because of the money, we don't do as much recording as we'd like. But so every time we come to the studio, it's quite a big deal. It's always we've saved up for a long time and we've got to get it right. So I think there's a lot of pressure, and then there's also pressure on ourselves in that we want to do the songs that we play live justice, because again, this is our one shot that we have. You know, perhaps in a year we only get to come into the studio once, so we really want to make sure that we get it right. So there's that kind of pressure, but I think once you get into it, and especially after the first couple of days, you know, we really kind of loosen up a bit and actually just really enjoy the creative process.
That's the one thing I love about being in this band is that I suppose I can explain myself to the guys and have freedom with it, and have ideas, and you know, it's all collective, so we all put ideas in, we all kind of, you know, we're very democratic about it, but the ideas are allowed to just be said there and then, and if it doesn't work, it doesn't work, and if it does, then we stick with it.
Having said that though, I do like the idea of the vocal being quite close.
So did I. I was thinking what you think, like
sweet, yeah.
having a mic over there and doing, but I like that it's kind of intense having
The
vocal right in your ear.
Right in your ear, yeah.
So I'm Hugh and I play drums in Butterflies and Strings. But sometimes, I mean, Alan can bring a track in and by the end of it, even after gigging it a few times, we change it completely. This happened quite a bit with a couple of tracks we've had, and especially Too Much Fruit on this EP is completely different what I started off with. completely different from the demo. If you hear the original demo to what it is now, it's completely different, and the drums are completely different because we sat on a little MIDI keyboard putting in the drums on Cubase or something like that, and then when we got it live, we were like, no, we need something more steady, more rocky.
Hi, I'm Steve. I play bass and Butterflies on Strings.
Instead of going like to my descending, try like going up into it, but not that high. Does that make sense?
So welcome to
My.
Because obviously I want to be excited about what I'm playing, but I really need to think, is that what's best? Or, you know, there might be places where I could be doing a little bit more. So I spend a lot of time on my own, and I try and find a kind of a middle ground between what Hugh does on the drums, and I take certain bits out of melodies that Alan might sing, and do kind of a mishmash of both. In terms of being nervous, I think I'll always want to change what I've played, you know, a couple of months down the road probably, but you just got to do, you know, for where you are at the moment. I think you just try and play the best you can.
We were thinking of maybe having me playing along to the guys in this room.
Yeah, that's cool, man. Do you want to set up your keyboards?
Yeah, I was thinking, well, even acoustic as well. Could I maybe have a mic where I'm just singing live?
Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah.
It's normally like a verse and a chorus of a, you know, I'll be listening to something and go, oh yeah, I really like something that sounds like that. Really, you know, it's that feeling where I have something to talk about. That's always a big one. I always like a good subject to write about, because instantly once you start having a subject to write about, you can do anything with it really, because you can express, you know, what you want to express in sounds. I suppose is the easiest way to say it. And then I take it to normally one of the guys, normally Patrick, and then we start looking at it, you know, start developing it really, and it ends up just kind of, you know, going through about 3 or 4 different stages until one sticks, until something feels good and stays feeling good, really. And that's always the thing, is time is obviously the biggest one. Like a lot of the songs, you know, will always stand the test of time really. That's probably the best way to describe it. You know, I'm as excited about it in its first form as I am in its last.
I think with the last record we did, with the What Did John Stuart Mill Say Again single, we recorded every song, every single verse, every single chorus, every single bridge, every single part. We used different guitars, different amp combinations, and to try and really nail it for that bit. So it's a very different experience from playing live. It's very much, this is the exact sound that we want for that particular part, and then we reset, redial it all in, and a lot of the effects that I mostly use, like delays and compressors, were all done afterwards, so we actually recorded quite a clean sound. We even took a direct line out straight into the desk so we could feed it back into amps, which is what you would do with the luxury of enough time. But we actually wanted this to have a slightly more live feel anyway, and kind of we wanted this record to reflect our live show slightly better. So I actually did a lot more of it, actually just running my guitar through my pedals into the amp, and actually did a few runs through of the song almost exactly as I do it live.